Welcome back, Arcadians, to the 10 Pence Arcade Podcast. I'm Alex Crowley, and with me this evening is Mr.
Sean Holly.
Holly. How you doing, Sean?
I'm good, thank you, mate. How are
Yeah?
you?
Yeah, I'm good. Good to be back.
Yeah.
We were going to record yesterday, but we both weren't feeling it, were we?
No,
But we're
just
full of beans, baked beans tonight,
now we're
aren't we?
full of like Heinz baked beans, which are the good ones. Oh, but we've got some guy just wants to have a word. Do you want to have a listen?
Yeah, go on then.
Hi, I'm the incorrect announcer, and you're listening to the Turbulent Pixies Attack podcast, where our co-hosts Ahmed and Singh discuss the small ceramic pixie garden figurines which have suddenly come to life and are eating all the flowers in their gardens, mucking the place right up. So, get your trowels out and rip them a new one, boys.
I'm mucking the place right up.
Oh dear,
Oh, dear.
he's a bad one, that guy.
He's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. So how
What
how are you been?
Yeah, good, mate. Been a fairly busy month in terms of the hobby, but work-wise, not so much. I'm still struggling on the work front. It's just gone dead. You know, I think the country's just gone into another recession and people just holding on to their money at the moment. So I am struggling a bit, but, you know, hopefully now the weather is changing and people are going to get out into the gardens and want things done. So hopefully things will start picking up soon.
Yeah, my brother's the same. He's a roof tiler, and he has the same thing. If it's raining, he can't go because can't go on the roof. So,
No,
or if it's
no.
frozen, yeah, he's like you. He's like tied to the weather.
Yeah, it has been quite a cold and sustained winter, I think. One of the coldest I've witnessed in a long time. Do you know what I mean? Normally we get a bit of mild air coming in, but it's just been cold for a good 3-4 months, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely, isn't it?
Oh, gross. But yeah, other than that, pretty good, mate. What about yourself?
Well, not great on the electronics front. I've had.
Yeah.
Oh, we watched Man vs Snake, by the way. Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
thank you for One Punch Run for the link. Did you have
Yeah.
you watched it?
He sent it to me. I haven't watched it yet. Was it good? Is it worth watching?
Yeah, I think I watched it a long time ago. You know, perhaps when it was released, but
Yeah.
it was brilliant. It was really good. Yeah, it's worth a watch, that. And also, I've got written in red here, mate, in red, in bold. I've put cab disaster. Main PC hard drive failed. Just
Oh,
failed.
no.
Yeah, so I couldn't play it on the cab. So I got a new hard drive that didn't work. Nor did swapping out the RAM, the graphics card, the USB. Nothing worked. And then I thought, why am I wasting all this time with an old i3 CPU, 4 gig main machine? I might as well take this opportunity to upgrade. So I've upgraded to an i5 with 16 gigabytes. And I've yet to install. There's Groovy MAME and there's Groovy Arcade. Groovy Arcade is Linux. Groovy MAME is Windows. So I think I'm going to go Windows this time.
Yeah.
But I tried to install both, and it just wasn't having it. So this new PC should be good. So hopefully, when I get some time, I think you need a good few hours to do it. So
Will you be able to play more games or later games with the upgrade, or just a better system?
yeah, I would think so. It's got 16 gig of RAM and it's got an i5 6th gen processor. So it should be powerful enough to play like the 3D things, you know, the later on 3D games.
Well, that would be cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's me. Do you know what I'm playing on at a minute? We'll get to it in a bit.
What?
On a Pandora's Box 10th anniversary
no.
edition.
That's got to be the worst emulation out there, isn't it?
Actually, it's not bad. I give it
Really?
I give it a right ripping on the arcade chat when I first got it, but I got under the hood because it was annoying that it's 5,000 games and you can't search them. So I've got the settings where it just shows the arcade games, which is 2,000 of them, and then you can go under the hood of it and change the settings of the game. So I've changed Section Z to be what we're playing now.
Right.
And then it's pretty decent emulation. Like there's quite a lot of vertical shooters, and they're good emulation because
Yeah.
it is one of
Sounds
those.
okay.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah,
Because normally they feel a bit bit scratchy. Do you know what I mean? with that kind of emulation.
Yeah, this seems pretty good. The ones I've played. The I've noticed on games like Vulgus where the sounds like the background music is very quiet and like the bullets are very loud. So
Yeah,
there is that kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, well, it's funny you say that because I've been cussing that. Some of my mates have been wanting to get that, and I just said, don't do it. There are better options if you just spend that little bit more. Get a
yeah,
Pi or a Mister or FPGA. There's loads of other different options other than those blue elves because I know they're only about 30 quid, aren't they? But from
this
what I've
I think
seen,
this is like a newish one, 10th anniversary. It's like I don't know, 90 quid it was something like that.
oh, why? That is a
Decent.
lot.
Yeah, decent. That's from AliExpress, and I
Yeah.
found a Pi to Jammer in my cupboard as well.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
I plugged that in, and that seems really good. But
Yeah.
while I've learned how to use the Pandora's box, I'll leave that because it's another set of settings and stuff. So I'll just leave that. But that's there as a backup.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good, mate. Have you got what sort of sticks are you using on your cab? Have you got those ones that Vic uses
It's a
that
Sam.
change?
Mine's a Sam. No, just a Samwell. Mine is a JLS. JLS. JLF.
Yeah.
I think
So if
that's
you
it.
want to play four-way games, you've got to change the gate, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to open the control panel and physically change it.
Yeah. Yeah, I might get those sticks that Vic recommended. I can't remember what they're called now.
I think
But
you said
I think
servo stick. Yeah.
servo sticks, that's it. Yeah. And they work with the Pi, don't they? And the Mister, I would imagine. They must do.
There's some kind of it's in main. There's some kind of config where it tells you the game is either 4 or 8 way.
Yeah.
It's in MAME, isn't it? So
But if you put a normal PCB in there, it's not going to know to change, is it?
no, it's all done
No.
off of the
Yeah.
signals from MAME, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's other systems, but I think MAME is the main one that it does it on.
Right. Well, that's cool because I've got that set up. Well, listen, mate, I just want to address a complaint we've had. Someone complained about my ums and my ahs
Yes,
and that they had trouble editing. Do you know who that was?
yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes,
Well, I hope you told him where to go.
I did. I had a quick word. It doesn't matter. Me and Vic.
Did you? I mean, I don't know if you listened to the Prime Minister in a week, but he ummed and ahed about 10, 20 times. I counted them.
Yeah,
So that's a man that's well educated.
yeah,
Even he does it.
yeah. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to sort of rein it in a bit, you know.
Yeah. I guess it's when I'm thinking.
It is exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't get that problem because I don't think.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on
Right.
quickly.
What have I been up to? Well,
Go on.
Mark has finally fixed my Defender. So I don't know. I remember last time I managed to find the chassis from the arcade archive. Holly was going to fix it, but she never got round to it because she's too busy. That's fine. So I gave it to my friend Mark to fix, and he found a tiny pinhole in the flyback, and that was leaking high voltage. So it was arcing out of the flyback.
Christ.
So he's filled it with some industrial silicon and got it working, which is amazing to see my favourite game back in the arcade. I'm a little bit rusty because I haven't really played it for a year, but I'm still averaging at the moment around about 100,000, which is not bad. But I want to get back up. I really want to get 250,000 if I can. That's my goal. I'd love to get that. 250,000 would be nice.
And then move on from there, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games like Robotron. Once you get in the zone, you can just keep going, but you just got to regularly play it, you know. Robotron's like that for me, you know. I used to be able to get, on average, 500,000, but I struggle with 200,000 or 300,000 these days. But once I got to that threshold, I just kept moving up and up and up, and was that close to get 1,000,000. I think my highest score is 950 odd thousand on Robotron.
Oh, that is
If
good.
if I just kept at it, I could have broke that 1,000,000. But you know, it's there whenever I want to return.
Yeah, the game of my life, I had 400,000 on it. And
Did you?
Yeah, I've never got close to that again. I sort of average about 100, 130, but I've never, ever got close to that 400,000. I don't know what it
Well, that's
was.
a good score,
I
mate. That's a
know.
really good score.
It was at the first arcade club. The first one in the building, not the one in the shop. And
Yeah.
it was in there, and me and Tronas were playing it. Yeah, brilliant.
Top 10 game for me, Robotron, Defender, they're just absolute classics. I think it's because every game you play is different. It's not a
Mm.
memory game. It's, pure skill. Pure skill.
Yeah, you can't pattern it, can you?
No,
Cannot.
no,
That's
exactly.
great.
I went to Chris Parsons' meet. Do you know CMP? Who usually does the
Yeah.
Vectrex displays at all these events. He had a little private meet. Always good to catch up with the guys that go along to that. Usual crowd. He had all his Vectrexes out. He had this really weird version of Berserk I'd never played before. So he'd linked these two Vectrexes up so you could play two player, 1-on-1. So
Yeah.
you're looking at your screen, he's looking at, he can see he can see me on his screen. And it's a little bit like 3D Maze, but it's Berserk. It's just so cool. We had a lot of fun. It felt a little bit like Doom, actually.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
really good. Good fun, that was. So nice to see that there. I played Nintendo Space Launcher, which is a game I used to own. It was nice playing that again, although I'm a little bit rusty. I do have the world record on that, Sean.
have you?
Yeah, I do. I've not submitted it. But yeah, I do have witnesses to that. I think I got about 130,000 on that at Revival. Do you remember? I think you were there.
Was
Do
it
you
the
remember?
one that wasn't in the normal place? It was in
Yeah,
like a sort of a working men's club kind of atmosphere.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good place. That.
And Dave-O kept trying to put me off. Do you remember? He was talking the whole time, just as I was getting like really big scores, and everyone's going, "Shut up, Dave!"
Oh right.
So yeah, that was cool to play. We played Kicker, Shaolin's Road. Love that game. It's one of Vic's favourite games, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was good to meet Sean Ferrigan. I think that's how you pronounce it, Sean, who created my Lunar Lander controller for the Vectrex. So that was really nice to meet him. I didn't even know he was going. And he brought another sample of another Lunar Lander controller along, and it's got all the bling on it. It looks absolutely amazing. It's a very clever bloke, what he does there. And I said to him, have you got any plans to make any more controllers? He said, yeah, well, I'm actually thinking of making an Atari Battlezone controller for the Vectrex, which would be super cool.
Yeah.
Of course, you need the Pytrex or the Vec Fever to play that, but still, I think it's just amazing. All these people making these controllers. I mean, Vic makes them, doesn't he, for the
Yeah, he does.
Vectrex?
He does.
And they do such fantastic work. What else have I been up to? Went down to the Arcade Archive, saw Holly, had a great afternoon down there. It's nice actually just to meet and greet people like the good old days and chat about games. Good atmosphere in there with the 80s music and stuff. Great crowd. Had a good chat with everyone. And it was nice to see the Tapper. They finally got the Tapper up and running, which looks absolutely beautiful. It really is a lovely example of a Tapper. So it was great to see those guys. What else have I been up to? Oh, I had Tony Riccardi over. We had an arcade session and we uploaded it to my channel. We played Neo Geo Viewpoint, Undercover Cops by IREM, and Konami's Jackal, the Japanese ROM set, which he had never played before. And it took him a while to get used to that. Have you played that, Sean, the Japanese ROM set?
Is it kind of a prison theme? Is it? And
Well,
you're running along. Right?
no,
Is that not it? I've got that wrong. Oh, it's Jailbreak.
no.
I'm thinking of.
Jailbreak you're
Yeah.
thinking of. Yeah, Jackal's kind of like a vertical scrolling, it's a very methodical game. You can take your time. There's no time limit on it, but you can take your time in it. You're in a little jeep and you've got machine gun fire and you've got a secondary weapon, a grenade, which can get upgraded when you get the pickups, the power-ups, to like a missile launcher. It's a really good game. But there are two different versions. The World ROM version has you always firing upwards. So it doesn't matter what direction your Jeep's in, it'll always fire upwards. Whereas the Japanese ROM set has you firing it in the direction that your Jeep's facing.
That
So you can
sounds
turn
fair.
around and fire behind you, whereas the World ROM you can't, which is what he's used to. But the one I'm used to is the Japanese ROM set because that's the only version I've ever played, and it just feels so much better. Have you not done it for the podcast?
No, we could do that one,
Oh,
couldn't we? Yeah.
we could do that one. That's a good one. Yeah. Someone told me as well that there is a ROM set for that uses rotary sticks, which makes sense because obviously you've got a fire in 8 ways and you're moving the Jeep at the same time. It almost feels like a twin stick shooter,
Yeah. Yeah.
which would be quite clever. So yeah, that was really good fun. And I've been playing lots of Section Z. I'm loving that, and we'll talk about that a bit later.
I like them little. You've done a couple of them little sort of relaxed kind of videos, haven't you? Where you and Tony are
Yeah,
talking, and it's really good. You're spinning around in your chair. Hello.
that's it.
Yeah,
It's Tony Riccardi.
they're really good. They're really relaxed. I love watching them. How many done? You've done 2 so far, have you? Or 3?
Oh, yeah, well, they're easy to edit.
Yeah.
They're really easy to edit. Tony said, "Me, you going to edit that?" I said, "Well, I only have to stitch it together, really."
Yeah. Like my
It's all
editing.
done. You know, it is kind of relaxed. It's an easy video for me to put up. And you know what? We're having fun. We're having fun at
Yeah,
the
you can
end of it.
tell. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. He doesn't like me charging him £1 a go now to have a go on my machines.
Nice.
Right, that's it.
Good. We've got some game room pics. We've got a few. Andrew Hannay has sent us some pictures. We've put 3 on here. We put the rest on the website. He says it's a game room and a movie room. So I've got pick 3 pictures. First one, it's like a real nice kind of. We'll put it on the website and explain
Very
it.
cosy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a lovely. It's got a pinball in the back there. I think that looks like Twilight Zone. I'm guessing from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lovely sofa and some pictures around. And then he's got
Got
this.
a cocktail table there as well.
Yeah, that had R-Type on it, I think.
Yeah.
And a freeze, a freeze of Han Solo when he's frozen at
Yeah.
the end of Empire Strikes Back, I think. He's got a full-size one of them and a little R2-D2. Full size! I wonder,
Very cool.
I wonder if Harrison Ford really is in there. What do you reckon?
It's brilliant.
He hasn't
Yeah.
done much lately, has he? I bet he's in there. And the last one is like a corner of memorabilia. You've got I think Back to the Future stuff. You've got Alien. You've got
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. There's loads of good stuff in there.
The
So
thing
that's
that's drawn my eye to that picture is that lovely little Sanyo Getter Blaster, the red one up in the top shelf. I love that. It's the one I used to have back in the day.
Well spotted.
Yeah. Love that.
Arcade news.
Arcade news.
Yeah. Hi, Sean and Alex from an email. I always put where it's from. This is Retro. The DK kill screen has been shown to be beaten theoretically. A glitch on climbing the ladders means that it will be possible to climb to the top in a few seconds before the game crashes and so get onto the next level. In theory, at least, it is highly unlikely that anyone can do it. You've got to have certain things going on and certain. Like it's 1 in a 100 chance of getting everything right. There's a
But
video.
how did he find that out?
Oh, he some guy in a paper shop.
Oh, was it? What,
Yeah.
he heard the gossip?
Yeah, and it was his brother's.
Oh, it weren't old Aunt Sally down the road, was she? Because she was talking about it. The old
Yeah.
girl down the road in the 90s.
Yeah, it was her
Yeah.
husband Bill. He told her.
Oh, Bill, yeah.
He told Sally. Sally told June at the bridge. They were playing bridge, and then June
Yeah.
put it on. There were no internet in them days. She had to post a letter to Nintendo, and they saw it, and they screwed it up, and then someone's found it in a waste bin 2 weeks ago.
Right, gotcha. I was going to say in a bottle, but
That'd
waste
be
bin.
better. That'd be
Yeah,
better. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's
true,
interesting.
True story,
That game is just constantly giving, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Podcast pickups.
Podcast pickups. You got any pickups, Sean?
No, I haven't, but you've made up for it here, haven't you? Oh yeah, I've got a new main PC that I've not set up yet. I suppose that's one.
Well, that's something. Yeah. So, as I said, I went to Chris CMP's meet, and I picked up a Nintendo Space Firebird cocktail, Sean.
Oh, did you have one? Did you have one of
Huh?
them?
I've had about 4 in the past. I don't know why I got rid of them. Well, I do, because I've moved house over the years and had to shuffle things around. But now I've got this games room. I've got the perfect place for a cocktail. I borrowed Adrian Purser's Mooncresser just to see if I could fit a cocktail in here, because I like using it as a desk. It's multifunctional. I'm using it now as we're doing the podcast. So it's great for that. But also, I wanted to get a game that I've got a lot of nostalgia for. And Nintendo Space Fire, I remember as a kid playing at Abbotsbury down in Dorset near Weymouth. I remember going on holiday down there, and there was a couple of pubs down there that had them in the pub garden kids room, because we weren't allowed in pubs back then. So the kids were forced down the end of the garden where they had a pool table, a dartboard.
Yeah, I was there, yeah.
And usually a cocktail table. And I remember Phoenix, Scramble, but the one I remember the most fondly is Space Firebird. So it's great to get this back. It's not working. It's all in bits. But Chris tells me it's complete. I've just got to put it all back together, which I will do. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it. I might restore the paintwork, get it all shot blasted and resprayed, and make it absolutely minty, because I do love this game. Do you like Space Firebird?
We did a podcast on it. It's different, isn't it? You sort of go up the side of the screen, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trouble is, with the main version, it's missing the starfield.
Ah, right. Yeah, that
The
would have.
starfield is generated from the soundboard. So for some reason, it's not, that part of it's not been dumped into MAME. So you're missing the starfield. I mean, it's not like essential gameplay mechanic or anything, but it adds a nice effect to the game, which I think is quite cool.
It's like Nibbler. There's music in Nibbler when we saw the cab arcade club Leeds, and it's not in MAME, so not in the one I'm playing anyway. Yeah, little things that you find looking at the real stuff, isn't it?
Exactly. That's why, emulation's not always good as it's made out to be. You can't beat the original hardware at the end of the day.
No.
But Space Firebird, I think, is a great game. I mean, it's better than Galaxian, not as good as Gallagher, but it's got enough in it. There's lots of, different enemy attack patterns, which I like. And it's got a lovely risk-reward element with the bombs that come down, and the fact that you've got the walk button, which you can use when you're in danger of getting killed. So it's got some nice aspects to the game that keeps you coming back for more. I love it. So it's great to get this back. I also picked up 127 NES cartridges.
I thought it was a typo. I thought it was 12. 127?
No, 127.
Oh, my God.
I think there's only 240 or 50 for a complete set, PAL set. I got a great deal on it. It worked out about $3.50 a cart, something ridiculous like that. I couldn't turn it down. And I love the NES. I love exploring the NES library. It's got some fantastic arcade ports. It's got some duffers in there as well, 100%. But yeah, I like collecting for it, and I just thought, you know what? Why not? This is a great opportunity. I'll never get these cheaper. They're a quarter of the price of what I would pay anywhere else, considering you'll have to pay postage on top as well. So it was a great opportunity to grab those.
So you got the PAL ones then? Because you got
PAL NES, they're all loose. They're not boxed. I'm not collecting boxed, just loose carts. Bit like Vic does. He collects the loose Famicom games, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like the Famicom's 60 hertz, isn't it? So the games run a slight bit faster, don't they? But we had 50 hertz, didn't we?
Yeah.
I can really tell playing something like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah.
You can tell the speed on that on 50 hertz and 60 hertz.
It's night and day.
Yeah, on Mega Drive. Sorry, yeah.
Night and day. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's a lot of stuff to get through.
There's a few videos there.
Yeah, definitely.
Friendly shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to give a shout-out for Martin Deadlock for retrofitting our podcast with Retro Russ's. Oh, hang on, what have I done here? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Retro Russ did the images of all our podcasts from when we started, like 201. He's put images on them. So,
Oh, was he?
Yeah, so they're
Oh,
brilliant.
brilliant.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, well done, Ross.
And,
Top bloke,
and
is he?
Martin has put it into the PDF because some of the podcast catchers they won't get the image because once you put the podcast out there, it's like hard coded. But some
That's
of them,
it.
some of them, like Podcast Addict, the biggest one, they've picked up the images.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so they're really good
Oh,
images.
that's good.
Check it out. And a
Yeah.
quick shout out, so to Martin Deadlock and Retro Russ for doing them, and One Punch Ron for finding us Man vs Snake, I was mentioned. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, well done, Rob.
Yeah, much love to Victor and Tori Marland, having a hell of a time with multiple disasters, both personal and professional, happening all at the same time. He hasn't got into detail, but
Right.
it's that house renovations and them both being ill and
Yeah.
a lot really happening. I've spoke to him. He said, "Give me an hour, ring me and give me an hour, and I'll tell you." So, oh God.
Oh, right. I did speak to him a couple of weeks ago, only through messages, and he's saying he was having a lot of building work done because I was going to go up and see him. I've got a couple of little bits for him. But I said, just wait until you got the building work done and I'll pop up there. Because I'll probably stay the night if I go up there. Yeah, well, I hope that improves for you guys. I really do. I just want to make a shout out to Chris Parsons for having us over for his meet and his partner Christy for putting all that food on. Yeah, it was always great. Great hosts. Really enjoyable day. Thank you so much for that.
Nice.
Listener feedback.
Right, feedback.
But Pie Factory Sean, he put, when I posted Middler, it's a bit like Nibbler, but it's a biddle. Nibbler. He thought, what the F is Nibbler? And I get it now. It was a reference to what happened in the film.
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, because I hadn't
Have
watched
you
the film
actually-
by that
you-
time. I
yeah.
said, you can watch it, Sean, from Pie Factory. Just here, you can watch it. Because I thought he didn't know what Nibbler was, but it's a reference to the film, innit? Silly Billy.
How is Sean, the Pie Factory guys? I hope they're all well.
I think they are.
Yeah. We got J Ping Barber creates an what's that?
An ode to 10 pence, an amazing AI generated song. Right, I'm going to play a bit of it.
Okay.
It's incredible. It's like, right, hang on.
Coins clink clatter down the slot. Neon lights dance like a robot. Pixel dreams in 8-bit hues. Chasing high scores, paying dues.
Isn't it good? This is all an AI voice.
Vix escaped his Iron Maiden. Now he's playing Ninja Gaiden. Vic loves to fix joysticks. Alex prefers to lay some brakes. The 10 pence arcade. Life's a game that's homemade. Sharing smiles as prizes fade. Living moments never paid.
Isn't it good?
Sean is enjoying his dreams, eating the latest custard creams. Sean is setting a pace, shooting aliens right in the face. Tickets pour out like a stream, feeding childhood's endless dream. Every win a fleeting flight, Arcade's heart glows through the night. Every cabinet tells a tale. Triumphs big and epic fails. Friendships forged in friendly wars. Echoes bouncing off the
This is the last bit now.
floors. Cling clatter down the slot. Neon lights dance like a robot. Pixel dreams
Oh, that's brilliant, mate.
Isn't it
We've got to have
great?
that as our intro,
Yeah, that's
haven't we?
Japing.
We'll at least go out to that on every episode.
Yeah,
We got to, haven't we?
that is an AI voice, AI singing, and it's how he's programmed it.
It sounded like a cross between an Irish jig and country music.
Yeah, didn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's excellent.
very cool.
Thanks, Japing. I've
Brilliant.
listened to it about 5-6 times. It's great.
Listener feedback.
Right, we've got Neil, Mr. Berserker. Another game with no shooting is Space Chaser from 1980. I think the year was Nibbler was a banana skin for me. What the hell? Too quick and boring. Watch the 1 billion points doco. Charlie Farr is a
Document.
freak at Nibbler too. 100 million is just nuts. Awesome podcast. Really look forward to them. Keep up the good work. We as a retro community really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Neil. What I was saying is, because Nibbler's a one button game, a no button game, Space Chaser, we thought was the same. It's, Head On, the game Head On.
Yeah.
Like sort of a prequel to Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Space Chaser is like that, but
Right.
with little spaceships.
Gotcha.
Missile
I
number
think-
5. Bumped, 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 bumped. You got to do that, Mambo number 5. Chasing up on these, and I'm currently up to Spelunker. Well done, mate. Good to hear Alex mention the Tarte shooter on the Project Neon on a Neo Geo. There is a previous one for the Neo Geo called XYX. Have you heard of that?
No, I recognise the cover, but I don't recognise the name.
You can play it in Yoko mode that's horizontal. I found out that recently, although it's much better played vertical. Top game, in my opinion, one of the best shooters on a Neo Geo. It gets close to bullet hell at times. I might be able to play that, if it's a Neo Geo game.
I might try and look for that on AliExpress because a lot of those homebrew games go for ridiculous money now. But if I can get a copy on AliExpress, I might do that because you can get the shop boxes and the artwork to add to it. But yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Thanks for that, mate. Oh, my feedback on because I upload the podcast on my channel as well. We've got Dave, Retro Games Played Badly. He says, keeping me company at work. Thanks for the mention. Guessing you didn't like Nibbler, referring to me. I would give Section Z a go. No, I didn't like Nibbler. And then we've got Simon Perry. He says, carpets, biscuits, and barn owls. What the hell is going on? Well, I think we were a bit thin on the ground last month for content, weren't we? So we just
Made stuff up, yeah.
made it up. It's all lies. None of it.
Yeah, none of it's true.
Ryan75RC. He says, where did you get your neon wall art from? I got that from Dirty Donny. Just Google Dirty Donny artwork. You can get all the cool UV reflective artwork from him. Really cool dude.
Right, this last one, I just got this in last night, so I wasn't going to put it on, but it's Retro Rex, more Game Room pics he's got. So we can have a look at them. But really enjoying the podcast, but struggling to keep up with the games at the moment for various reasons, hence the unusual email subject line, which I fear may become a regular feature. Last month's game, Nibbler, was the most frustrating game to play. I was trying to play on a Mio Mini Plus. What's that? Mio Mini Plus?
Never heard of it.
No, some Japanese console maybe. Yeah. Using the D-pad, but my word, the difficulty and speed just shot up, and I struggled to get about 2,000 points. That's a fast bigger, isn't it? But I was far too late to enter the month's competition. My Pandora's box. Yeah, you see, Pandora's boxes are all right now. I've changed
they're
my
out
opinion.
there.
The newer ones, at least, has 8-way stick, but it didn't seem to contemplate it on that. Small screen and a D-pad not being meant I struggled. I just had to start in the middle. I also have attached some pictures of my games. So there's some pictures what we bought. This is the second game room of the show. Some of these are consoles, some are mini consoles. 2 numbskull quarter arcade cabs, which are brilliant. Arcade 1-up. I plan my history lessons, mark exams, and some virtual pinball. I actually do mark books and don't get too distracted. Life of a secondary school teacher, eh? I like to think that this is a games room for the modern retro enthusiast. I'm going to go down here now.
Yeah, well, I noticed he's got Nintendo Lego NES like TV thing, which is really cool. He's got a one-up Pac-Man. He's got like a virtual pinball. He's got a multi-cab there with kind of a Tron theme going on. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't got the space, this is it, isn't it? This is how you can play all these games. It's great. I love the fact he's got some quarter arcades in there as well. He's got Zookeeper. I really want that.
Yeah.
And I love the way he set all his consoles out underneath. Very neat and accessible games room. Very cool, dude.
Yeah, it is, mate. And he's asked me how I get on with virtual pinball. And it's okay. You get, like, I think people at Pinfest last year said you can play them and you can learn the rules by playing the virtual pins. And then when you're playing the real things, you've got a bit of a chance, to get the multipliers and the multiples and all that lot. But yeah, I went to, I've not put that on, have I? I went to Whitby.
Yeah.
Yesterday or the day before, yeah. And there's 3 arcades left in Whitby. And on the top floor of one of them was 5 pinballs. There was a retro floor, so that was a lot of it was LCDs, but you got 60-in-1s and like Donkey Kongs and that, like LCDs. But a couple of CRTs like Point Blank and House of the Dead and a few races and stuff. But there were 5 pinballs in the corner, and there was, what's it called? Avengers Infinity Quest, and it's only like, when you don't play a pinball, it lowers the replay value because it knows how good the players are. So when the players get better, the replay value goes up. So no one must have played this because the replay value is on 5 million. So I just kept on it and on it and on it. And wife said, we're supposed to be walking along the seafront. I said, yeah, just a minute. Like, it's like, it's a quid and it's only 5 million in replay. I can't lose. So I had to actually in the end I just let the ball drain. But yeah, that was Whitby. But we went up to the what do you call it, the Abbey, and had some nice food and wandered round places and visited things because we've been there since before my lad was born.
Yeah.
It's just like a pilgrimage kind of thing. So we love it. It's got busier over the years. But we just wandered around, went into the places we like to eat and drink, and what else did we do? Yeah, I went up to the Abbey, walked along the beach. There's not much of a beach. So.
I've been to Whitby once. Last time I was there, I was a scout. We went on a scout trip on the way to Jedburgh, Scotland, and I'm sure they had the corkscrew roller coaster there when I went there. And it was one of the first corkscrews in the country. From memories. Lovely place.
Yeah,
really nice place.
It's got its like gothic themes and the vampire weekends and the regatta. Yeah, it's all something to do. So we just had a really nice time.
Nice.
Biscuit review. I learned about you. Biscuit review.
Right, this is controversial. This, kids. The biscuit review has gone rogue. It's gone rogue, I tell you.
What? It's not a biscuit.
I know. Because at Christmas, right, there's loads of mince pies, and I love mince pies. So I thought, what could I get that's a replacement? So I found these. Oh my word! Oh my God! These are full-on cake mode. It's not biscuits. It's cake. It's Mr. Chiplin's. Mr. Chiplin. He's related to Mr.
Chiplin.
He's Mr. Kiplin's brother. Mr. Kiplin's 6 trifle bake rolls. They are delicious.
They are naughty, mate. They are naughty.
Gorgeous.
I've had those. They are delicious.
Yeah.
But they're just not big enough. And you want to have them with a bit of custard on top.
Yeah, I like...
It's got to be cold custard. I know people like to warm the custard up, but have it cold straight out of the tin. It's lovely.
Oh, I like evaporated milk, you know.
Do you?
Yeah. I like that, but I don't put them on this because it ruins it. Also, Mr. Funk's put some biscuits on. He said, more cakes, really. You need these apple pie cookies from Aldi. Apple pie cookies.
Nice. Got a bit of an American theme going on there, haven't they?
Yeah.
Probably are American. Right. This month's game.
Feature game review.
And the year is 1985, Sean.
Yeah.
What sort of music was you listening to in 1985? Jog all those memories, all that nostalgia.
Well,
What was you listening to?
1985, I had my cassette tape, I had my ghetto blaster, and it was playing Street Sounds Electro 7.
I had that. That's a brilliant one.
Yeah, it's
I love
excellent,
that
isn't it?
one. I
Yeah,
had that on cassette.
it holds,
Oh,
holds up well today, pretty well. And there's one song on it called 808 Beats, right? And it got me thinking about this is a bit of a history lesson coming up here, kids. The 808. Roland TR-808 rhythm composer, released in 1980. This was a commercial failure. It was a drum machine, and bands at the time wanted realistic drum sounds out of their drum machines, and this was all synthetic, like claps and snares and beats. Years later, it became famous just for that reason, that the not otherworldly, but different sound of it. So it became very popular in early hip hop because it was extremely cheap to buy second hand, because people thought, this is rubbish, it just sounds like a robot, doesn't sound
Yeah.
like proper drums. And all of a sudden, that came into vogue. So these things became very popular, the 808 sound. So the 808 sound in early hip hop and carried on.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was a game changer.
yeah, it was, yeah.
I can say I recognise one of the tracks on there, Egyptian Lover. That's a brilliant track.
Yeah.
Love that one.
9 minutes. He did a few on these albums.
I used to breakdance to all of that stuff. Back in the day. Yeah.
Nice.
Outside Johnson's shoe shop in Twickenham. Used to get our liner out, and I had a lovely, I think it was I think it was a Sharp ghetto blaster I had.
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool one. But yeah, fond memories of that, mate. That's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, I've played it again recently. There's 2 or 3 that I really like, and the others like I'm not so keen on now.
Yeah.
But yes, really good, really good.
Well, this game, Section Z, came out in December of 1985, and the songs I was listening to, so you had some big bands releasing stuff just before Christmas, but for me it was a-ha all the way. They released their album Hunting High and Low, which was a fantastic album. Standout tracks on there are Sun Always Shines on TV and Train of Thought, which was really good. And I don't know if people have seen my video, my channel update. I actually picked the album up last month, and it brought back so many memories because they filmed the Sun Always Shines on TV at St Albans Church in Teddington. And we'd heard about it. The teachers told us they were going to film there. So after school, all the kids bowled down to the church, and we watched the band from a-ha, come out of the church, and they meted and greeted us all. And they got absolutely mobbed by all the kids, as you can imagine, especially girls. But I'll never forget that day. It was a lovely hot summer's day, and it was just wonderful to be a kid, seeing your favourite band on your doorstep. They were huge in our school. So yeah, fond memories of that album. And of course, for me, Kate Bush running up that hill from that platinum album, Hounds of Love. What a fantastic song, which was, I think it was released again in conjunction with the Stranger Things, because that got a new audience interested in her material. And it was a huge hit again. So that's just another classic song. So 85 is such a wonderful year, I think, because we're kind of like towards the end of our school years, but still kids having fun. Do you know what I mean? And enjoying everything about the 80s, the music, the games. I just think 85 is just a brilliant year for me, with so much nostalgia. Which brings us on to our featured game review. Section Z by Capcom. Came out in 1985. It's an 8-way stick game. Has 2 buttons, one for fire and one for reverse. This is Capcom's 4th shooter and was designed by am I any good at pronouncing Japanese names? Takeshi
Nishiyama.
Yeah, previously known for Moon Patrol and Kung Fu Master.
Nice.
Went on to design Street Fighter for Capcom and then left for SNK. So a prolific game designer with an amazing catalogue of fantastic games under his belt. So, you know, this game here, wow, I mean, I think it's up there. It's such a great game. It's a game divided into 26 sections within a space station, each named after one letter of the alphabet. So there's 5 levels in total, each having several of these in that area, if you know what I mean. So there's 5 levels in total with several sections in each of those 5 levels. The first and the 5th stages move from left to right. The second scrolls upwards, and the third right to left, and the 4th downwards. So it gives each stage a very dynamic feel, constantly challenging you by sticking familiar enemies and obstacles in different orientations. And that's what I found really interesting in the game. It took me a while to get used to the changing in the directions and the character, which you can obviously reverse depending on which way you want to shoot. The character I think is super cool. He's got a striking red colour, reminded me of kind of like Jetpack or the guy from Drop Zone. So he really stood out amongst the crowd. The levels are really challenging with a kind of good risk reward element, especially with the kind of the paddles, those little paddles that you can hit. If you rapidly hit those paddles, you can rack up a lovely bonus of a maximum of 10k. But, you know, you've got enemies firing at you the whole time while you're trying to rack up that bonus. And you've got to really make at some point a decision. Am I going to hang in here till the end? Or do I get out of here and save my life?
Yeah.
So that's a really good little risk reward element. And I died a lot there because I just got so greedy.
I did, yeah.
I wanted that 10k every single time. Eventually, after repetitive play, I managed to get it. And it's a lot easier when you get the bonus pickups, your power-ups for your weapons, because you can have there's a power-up system for your lasers and for your bombs, so you can power it up to a maximum of 3 on both of those. And that really helps.
So what did I didn't notice any difference on the bombs powering up. Are they just a wider spread or
Now
something?
you mention it, neither did I. Whether the area that the bombs landed was expanded, which I didn't take note of, to be honest with you. So there might be an expanded area of where the bomb explodes, because it hits the ground, doesn't it? And then it can take out, if you get you can get 3 enemies in a one hit. But I managed to do that at the beginning before I even got the power up. So I don't know, mate. It must do something. It might defeat later enemies a lot easier, a lot quicker. But, you know, a lot of people didn't get that far in this game.
There's one where it's a bit of as you're going down, I've watched it anyway. I played it through just like Endless Lives. And
Yeah.
you're at a ledge going down, and you've got to bomb the laser that shoots across horizontally.
Yes.
You've got to bomb that before you get there.
You do, yeah.
So the bombs are essential.
They are. And it is about timing that precisely. There are some strange areas in it. I don't know if you got to the pinball area. You sort of like enter a pinball table with pinballs bouncing around. You can't blow them up. You just got to avoid them. But you can get through it. You just got to get through that quickly. And as soon as you've got past the flippers, you're pretty much safe. And then you've got the end of level boss, which I thought was quite cool. If you've got your laser powered up for that second boss, you can take it out fairly quickly. But if you haven't, he starts ejecting little aliens.
Little green guys.
That look very similar size to yourself, and they start attacking you. But normally, 9 times out of 10, I can destroy that before they even appear, because I've had my power up by then. I think the enemies are pretty cool, really. I mean, they're simple, but you've got to get them precisely in the eye or in the mouth. Like the first flower boss, you've got to get it dead centre, and that's not always that easy.
Yeah.
And the second one is like a millipede, and he's a Cyclops. He's got one eye, and you've got to get the fire right in his eye to knock him out.
Did you get? I think you might have got there with your score. Did you get to that?
Oh yeah, I got to the third boss or fourth boss, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I thought they were pretty good. Yes, we talked about the power ups. You get 1,000 points for finishing a level, and you also get added points to whatever time is left over when you've completed a level. So you can get, if you finish it quickly, even though it's kind of like a on rails game, you're getting pushed on. I don't know how you can make it any quicker because you get a time bonus at the end. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's going to go along at the same speed, so I don't know how that works. And if you lose a life, you begin your second life at the beginning of the letter of that stage, which I thought was a nice touch. You haven't got to go right back to the beginning like Gradius, because there are similarities between Gradius. It looks quite similar, I think. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic game. I think Forgotten Worlds and Sidearms, they're both Capcom games, aren't they? They were definitely spiritual successors to this game, and definitely good improvements on this game.
Yeah, Sidearms is the official sequel.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is, yeah. So yeah, overall, I thought it's a really good game. What did you think, Sean?
I thought it was. We'll give her points later on. I thought it was decent. I think I have to go back to Sidearms. I think Sidearms is more polished and a bit better. But yeah, I put some quick notes on here.
Yeah.
You lose your speed and power ups whenever you die. Not cool. You still, you. I think you. I don't know if, like you said, the bombs may be a wider spread or something. Yeah, what's up with the weak ass bombs? And what's the point of having you guy run along the floor? What is the point of that?
Yeah, it kind of slows you right down.
Yeah,
You don't want to be doing that at all.
I know.
No.
Why not have him when he's on the floor? He can shoot up like Metal Slug style.
Yeah.
His gun turns to a vertical gun. That would be good. But
Yeah,
it's not really used. I don't think.
No, it's a hindrance, if anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just totally throws you out because your speed changes, and you almost feel like you're stuck in mud and you can't get out. So yeah, that's definitely a point worth mentioning, and I think they could have taken that out actually. Or if you are going to go on the ground, like you say, you want something to add to that to make your gameplay a little bit easier. Maybe if you'd walked faster would be better.
Yeah.
Or just something, shoot in a different direction, but it just slowed you right down. Yeah, not good. But I thought the game was great. I thought the graphics were good, simple bosses but challenging. What did you think of the graphics, Sean?
Yeah, I've just got I just took a screenshot of the high score table. And
that's cool.
It's like a
Who's
who are the early Capcom games. You got Volgus, Sun, Higamaru, Pirate Ship, 1942, X-Dexes and Commando. Sun, and Volgus always go in my favourites. Always, because they're dead easy to play. Put them on auto fire and just sort of trundle through them. And Makamura is below that at 8th, which is Ghosts and Goblins. So what a high score table that is.
Do you think that's their favourite games of Capcom?
No, I think they'd released all them before they'd released this one.
Yeah.
Because Higamaru is 1982, Sun's 84, Volgus is the very first game. That's 84. X-Dexes might be 85. Commando is definitely 85.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like about Capcom games. There's always something to discover with them.
Hidden bits. Yeah.
There is, isn't there? 1942, he's got his funny little things going on. And I don't know, did you notice the Easter Island heads in Section Z? At the bottom. So I don't know what triggered them, but at the bottom...
Oh, yeah. You can shoot them for 2,000 points, can't you?
Is it 2,000 points? Yeah.
I've seen one of them.
I think if you get every single enemy, and maybe in a certain amount of time they might appear, but they didn't appear every time I played it. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little touch.
There's it.
Yeah. Sound,
not good, not bad. Sounds okay. Just bullets and explosions. Sounds a bit. Sound. Music is all right. It's got that early Capcom charm I've put. You can hear hints of it maybe in Ghosts and Goblins and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the music. I think it fits the game. It's not pumping music like in some shooters, and I do like a pumping soundtrack in a shooter because I think that's what shooters need. But it depends on the pace of the game. This is quite a methodical kind of shooter, isn't it? Where you're thinking about, your bonuses, and it's one of those games. It is a memory game every time you play it, but you're constantly thinking about where everything is. It's not like a rapid fire shooter. I don't think you can rapid fire this game. It gives you an arcade hand. Well, it did me. Eventually,
Yeah.
I figured out a way just to lightly press the button, whereas before I was like doing this, like huge arm movements hitting the button. But if you just do it lightly, you can get just as many shots in as you would do. But you didn't use that. You used auto fire, didn't you, Sean?
No, not on this.
Cheat.
No, no,
You didn't.
no, no.
Oh, good man.
When I
Good
tried
to
to when I
hear.
tried to play through it with Endless Live just to see it, I did. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd never use auto fire.
Good.
Only reason when I do, it's because auto fire is in the game. Like
Yeah.
Darius Gaiden, for instance, that's in the
Yeah.
game. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I use auto fire to play through it, and Endless Live just to see all the levels.
Right. Okay.
But there's a really good video on here of a guy who was definitely using auto fire, but he was really, really quick and really good using the reverse. We didn't mention clever use of the reverse, like
Yes.
defender
Well, that's
kind of thing.
essential.
Yeah,
That is essential. You have to use a reverse all the time. I think when I first started it, I was trying to avoid that because it takes a while to get used to that. But yeah, it's a great game. The music for me sets the atmosphere. That's what I would say. It's not good or bad. It just sets the atmosphere for the game, and I think it's fine for what it is. Do you know what I mean? It did get a port to the NES and the Famicom Disk System, which I don't have. I will be looking out for it though, because it does look completely different than the arcade version. With the only thing in common is the fact that it's an auto scrolling combat game, really. Other than that, the NES version has branching paths. It's got like little passageways and tubes that you can go down. And in fact, someone's actually, if you look on the internet, you can find a map of Section Z, the Famicom version, and it's huge. And there's only one way really to complete it, but there's so many different branching paths. You need a map to finish that game. So it is completely different. But I like the fact that you can save your progress on the disk system, which is a nice option. But other than that, it does play completely different, but definitely worth playing all the same.
High score countdown.
right. Let's do some scores. A nice amount of players again. Thank you. At the bottom with 1 point is Dr. Goggles. I'm going to say his name right now. Niall.
Googles.
27,650. I was getting that for ages and had one good game.
Yeah, Mark, what no gravy, 1 point with 32,350.
Stuart Time Warp. Let's do the Time Warp again in Bridgewater. 33,600.
Basil the Sane, 37,000. He says, enjoyed this. Graphics are a little basic, but do the job. Never felt there was any unfair deaths.
Adam Flint, 38,350.
Japin Barber, 1 point with 42,670. Finding this tough. Amazing how there can be a Capcom game from the golden period I have never played.
Yeah, similar for me, really.
Yeah,
Jeremy Riley. Zorro is back. Thanks, Jeremy, for your score. 44,490.
James Wisemids, 1 point with 45,340. He made it to Section G. Those red spiky balls, my downfall. Playing on the Mister. Well done.
1 Punch Ron. 1 point, 50,060.
Zestora, 1 point with 50,920.
MM Beanie, 51,160.
And Mr. Holly, 1 point with 61,900. So where did you get to?
I got to you go up left and up, and I just got to the right bit where the them silly green things are. I've got it written exactly in the ice. I got a little way along there, and I was trying to get all the spinning things.
Yeah.
So I think I got maybe 28,000 just doing them, but dying a lot. I think you get another life at 20. So
do.
that was the best I ever did.
Good score, mate.
And then I was getting like 30s and 40s after that.
Yeah. Mr. Messi with 1 point, 64,330. He says, I'd never played this Capcom shooter before. I'm not sure I'd even heard of it. Turns out it's much more enjoyable than it looks. Like a packet of custard creams. P.S. Forgot to comment on last month's game, Nibbler, which was like a packet of rich tea.
Ross, 1 point, 64,900.
Eastwood 71, 1 point with 66,250.
Salbog, 1 point, 77,250. I had a few days to play this as we're off to Japan for vacation. Oh dear, we're off to Japan for vacation. He's in America.
Wow.
I mean, in the UK for a bit. I really enjoyed Section Z, and it definitely deserves a spot on the favourites list. Thanks for choosing such a fun game this month.
Old man Steve, he gets 2 points with 79,210.
Martin Deadlock, 3 points. Him of the PDFs, 84,640. Well done, mate.
John, 4 points with 90,300.
Yeah, new player, thank you. Mitsuyama, Stephen Bell, 5 points, 95,180 points.
Aid Skyway 73, 6 points with 102,670. He says, bit late starting this month's game. It has been away celebrating wife's 50th birthday. Happy birthday. Just made it through the vertical stage. Tricky, fun game so far.
In third place, Jimmy did really well again. 7 points, 106,100. He is Jimmy.
And in third place...
Well done, mate.
It's me! I can't believe it. That is awesome. I get 8 points, 127,590.
Whoa. Rygar gets 9 points with 196,030. Not quite a loop, but very close. It would have been higher, but for a weird problem. He had a problem with his blue screen of death, didn't he, last month? Somehow my button mashing remapped the reverse button to display a window instead. I have no idea how that happened. Good job, my setup is right protected.
Great score. And then at the top of the pops, we got Mr. Berserker, 10 points with an incredible score of 880,570. Wife says, babe, go on your games for a bit. I said, okay, fine, grab the loop 4.
That's like me and Whitby. I'll just have a quick go. I'll just have a quick go at this pinball.
4 loops. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Well,
He is a really good player.
well, here we go for our kind of 10 pence worth. How many 10p's would you put in this game in a summary, Sean?
I put 6 of your lovely 10 pences. Enjoyed it enough to keep going, but simple improvements like faster bombs would have made it a lot better game, in my opinion. If you could, they're like trickling out.
Yeah.
So you had to get them really, especially when you're going down that maze bit. You've got to get them, the ones that fire horizontal quick, and you've got to turn around because there's loads of stuff coming from your right and loads of stuff coming from your left. So you've got to kill that laser quick and then get below there.
Yeah. Do you think that was just maybe the restrictions of the hardware at the time? Because obviously they went on to do Sidearms of Forgotten Worlds, which is far superior graphically, aren't they? I think for a game of its time, I think it's pretty damn good. Really good. I really enjoyed it. It's got great risk reward element with the paddles you have to go for, which constantly caught me out because I got too greedy. Good varied enemies with different attack patterns. So yeah, I loved it. I just kept going back for more, and will definitely return to this game to try and loop it. So I would have put eight of my
8.
10p's back in this back in the day.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good game, very good game.
Next show's game.
Well, next show's game is my pick, and I think we should do Nibbler again. What do you reckon? People didn't like it. They might like it second time
It was
around.
awful. It was such an awful game.
I found a hack. It's called Nibbler 2, kids. No lives. Just do what you can. No, this is Strider. We haven't done this.
Oh,
this is a
okay.
classic. Capcom 1989. There's no real consensus on the settings. Everyone's gone all over the place. If you get to normal, player difficulty normal, which is 4, on my MAME it's 2, it starts on 2, and you get lives 3, then you're halfway there. The one that looks most familiar that turns up, I've checked on Arcade, Twin Galaxies, My MAME, Pandora's Box. They're all slightly different settings. So
Right.
I think we should go for, which most people should have, difficulty 4, it might come up as normal, lives 3, bonus life 20k, 40k, 60k plus. See if you can get close to that. But it's all over the place. So yeah, if you're playing Final Burn Neo on the Raspberry Pi, you want the USA board B2, because there's loads of them that come up when you put a Strider in. So that's the normal one. The ROM is Strider, STRIDER, the Strider. That's the ROM. And submit your score, lads. Don't just play it. Submit your score. We want a photo. We want ID. We want facial recognition. We want, yeah. Deadline is the 12th of April, 2025. Wow. We only do a game of the month, I suppose, don't we? 5 p.m. UK time. That's Saturday the 12th of April, 5 p.m. UK time. You can Twitter your score or exit on hashtag 10pscore, 10pscore. Sidekick app in the 10 pence club section. Make sure you get in there. Email biscuits@10pencearcade.com. I love that email. Also, that best email ever. Biscuits@10pencearcade. Facebook.com/10pencearcade as a comment on the podcast post. UK VAC in the podcast feed if you're in there. No submission, this is important, from console or computer compilations, as they may be different. I know there's a good Mega Drive version of this, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
The exception is this rule is to Evercade, because we know they are legit arcade ROMs. And obviously no continues allowed. I will continue through it to get an idea and then play normally on Endless Lives Night.
Well, mate, I'm really excited about this one. In fact, I had a huge smile on my face when I was so interested to see what your next game was you were going to choose. And I was like, wow, Strider, cool. I've actually got a PCB of this.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one. It's one of those games that I've never really played. I played it fairly recently, about a month ago, and that was it. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I
gonna be a
think,
good one.
who did I watch at Arcade? I watched Ex Mosquito Mark.
Yeah.
He just rinsed it. He 1cc'd it really good.
Really?
Yeah, really good at it. So
Is it a hard game? Is it known to be a hard game, or?
I don't. It is kind of a memory game. You can get through it.
Yeah.
But it's just such a great feeling. You got this massive sword at the start.
Yeah.
And you can jump for ages. It's such a real good feeling game, I think.
Yeah, I've got a game similar. I think it was a sequel to it called Cannon Dancer. Came out on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very similar.
Yeah, it's rock hard. That is an arcade game. Osman, it's called Cannon Dance. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
That's like a spiritual sequel, but it is so hard. It's unbelievably difficult. Yeah,
There's a lot going on. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's great. Look forward to that, mate. Can't wait. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's been our pleasure to do this podcast yet again. And look forward to all your scores and all your comments. Make sure you get the feedback in. Watch the channel, sub, like, all that kind of stuff. Get it all in there, guys.
Yeah, and we're loving your gaming room picks. We had 2 lots this time. Send us your game room picks. Maximum of
Yes.
3, please. I said maximum of 1, but maximum of 3. We got 97 from Andrew Hanna, you know.
97.
97. It crashed my hard drive. No, he said
my
he sent
God.
6 or 7. He sent 6 or 7. I'm joking.
Yeah, love seeing the game room picks. Send them all in. They're great to see.
All right, lads. Thank you very much. Thank you for podcasting with me, mate.
Yeah, cheers, Sean.
Dear mate.
I'll see you on the next one.
Pence arcade. Life's a game that's homemade. Sharing smiles as prizes fade. Living moments never paid.
Ain't it good?